Have you ever wondered what is actually happening when you sweat? I mean, it might seem a bit strange, your skin suddenly getting wet all on its own. But honestly, it is one of the most brilliant things your body can do. Think of your body like a very clever machine. When this machine starts to get too warm, it needs a way to cool down so it doesn't overheat and break. Sweating is your body's built-in air conditioning system, and it is working for you all the time. It is a completely natural and super important process that keeps your internal temperature just right, a state scientists call homeostasis. Without it, we would be in a lot of trouble on a warm day. So where does all this sweat come from? All over your skin you have millions of tiny little things called sweat glands. There are two main types, but the ones doing most of the cooling work are called eccrine glands. These glands are like tiny coiled tubes that sit deep in your skin. When your brain senses that your body's temperature is rising, it sends a signal. This signal is like a message telling the glands, "Okay team, it's time to get to work." The glands then push a watery liquid up through a tiny tube or duct and out onto the surface of your skin. This liquid is what we call sweat or perspiration if you want to sound fancy. The process itself is quite amazing when you stop and think about it. Your brain is the control center, constantly monitoring your core temperature. It gets information from all over your body, like a supercomputer processing data. If you start running around in the playground, or if the sun is beating down on a hot summer day, your internal temperature will begin to climb. Your brain immediately detects this change. It then sends nerve signals, like tiny electrical messages, zipping down to those millions of sweat glands, telling them to release the sweat. It is an automatic response. You do not even have to think about it. What is this sweat made of? You might think it is just water, and it is mostly water, about 99% in fact. But it is not just plain water like you would get from a tap. It also contains tiny amounts of other things that your body needs to get rid of. This includes salts, like sodium, which is why your sweat can taste a bit salty if it ever gets in your mouth. There are also trace amounts of other substances like urea and ammonia. So sweating is not just about cooling down. It is also a very small but helpful part of your body's waste disposal system, working alongside your kidneys and liver to keep everything clean and running smoothly. Now let's talk about something many people get wrong about sweat. There is a very common idea that sweat is dirty, smelly, and just generally a bit gross. You might have heard people say things like, I'm all sweaty and disgusting after playing a sport or being outside. This idea is a huge myth. Fresh sweat, the stuff that first comes out of your eccrine glands, is actually completely clean. It is virtually sterile, meaning it has no germs in it at all. It is also completely odorless, meaning it doesn't have any smell. So the liquid itself is not the problem at all. It's just your body's clever cooling fluid. So if sweat itself doesn't smell, why do we sometimes get a bit stinky when we are sweaty? That is a brilliant question. And the answer has to do with some tiny, invisible friends living on your skin. Your skin is home to billions of bacteria. Don't worry, most of them are completely harmless and are supposed to be there. These bacteria absolutely love to feast on the tiny bits of fats and proteins found in the sweat from a different type of gland called the apocrine gland. These glands are found in places like your armpits and groin. When the bacteria break down this type of sweat, they produce byproducts that have a distinct smell. This is what we call body odor, or BO. It is really important to separate the process of sweating from the smell that can sometimes come with it. Sweating is the healthy, necessary action. Body odor is just a side effect of the bacteria on our skin doing their thing. Blaming sweat for the smell is like blaming a dinner plate for the smell of the food that was on it. The plate itself is clean. We can manage body odor easily by washing with soap, which removes the bacteria, and by wearing clean clothes. But we should never ever try to stop ourselves from sweating, because that would be like turning off our body's most important safety feature. Thinking of sweat as dirty can make people feel self-conscious or ashamed of a perfectly normal bodily function. This is a real shame because it stops us from appreciating how incredible our bodies are. When you see someone who is sweaty after a run, that is not a sign of them being unclean. It is a sign that their body is working perfectly. It shows that their cooling system is firing on all cylinders, protecting them from overheating. We should change our thinking and see sweat not as a mess to be hidden, but as a badge of honor, a sign of an active, healthy, and fully functioning body. Let's dive a little deeper into the amazing science of how sweating actually cools you down. It is not the act of being wet that cools you, it is something called evaporation. This is a key principle in physics, and your body uses it perfectly. When the liquid sweat sits on your skin, it is exposed to the air. The heat from your body provides the energy for this water to turn into a gas or water vapor and disappear into the air. This process of changing from a liquid to a gas requires energy, and it takes that energy from your skin in the form of heat. It is like the sweat is stealing the heat away from you. This is why you might feel a cool breeze on your skin when you are sweaty, even on a hot day. The air moving over your skin helps the sweat evaporate faster, which is why a fan feels so good when you are hot. The more sweat that evaporates, the more heat is pulled away from your body, and the cooler you become. It is an incredibly efficient system. If you were in a very humid place where the air is already full of water vapor, your sweat wouldn't be able to evaporate as easily. This is why a hot and humid day can feel so much more uncomfortable than a hot and dry day. Your body's air conditioner just can't work as well. Beyond its primary role as a thermostat, sweating provides other fantastic benefits for your body, especially for your skin. Your sweat glands help to hydrate the very top layer of your skin, known as the stratum corneum. This helps to keep your skin plump and healthy. Furthermore, sweat contains natural antimicrobial peptides, like dermcidin, which are like your skin's own little bodyguards. These substances can help to fight off harmful bacteria and germs that might land on your skin, creating a protective barrier that prevents infections and keeps your skin's ecosystem balanced and healthy. So, a little sweat can actually contribute to a clearer complexion. Sweating also plays a supporting role in detoxification. While your liver and kidneys do the vast majority of the heavy lifting when it comes to cleaning waste from your blood, your sweat glands can help out in a small way. When you sweat, you release trace amounts of things your body doesn't need, such as heavy metals and other chemicals like BPA that can build up in your system. While it is not a primary method of detoxification, every little bit helps. Think of it as a bonus feature of your cooling system. It is another example of how brilliantly designed your body is, with multiple systems working together to keep you in top condition. Okay, so think about your favorite sports star. Whether they are a footballer scoring a winning goal, a tennis player in a long match, or a gymnast performing a complex routine, what do they all have in common? They are almost always drenched in sweat. This isn't just a coincidence. When you exercise, your muscles work incredibly hard. And well, this hard work generates a huge amount of heat inside your body. If your body didn't have a way to get rid of this extra heat, your internal temperature would rise to dangerous levels very quickly. Seriously, you could get very sick from something called heat stroke. So sweating is absolutely essential for athletes. When you are playing football on a sunny day, your body is getting hot for two reasons. The sun is warming you from the outside, and your hard-working muscles are warming you from the inside. Your brain detects this double whammy of heat and immediately kicks your sweat glands into overdrive. You start to feel sweat trickling down your face and back. This is your body's emergency response system in action, working perfectly to keep you safe while you are having fun. The more you run, the more you sweat. It is a direct and visible sign that you are pushing your body and that your body is responding brilliantly to protect you. But you do not have to be a professional athlete to experience the power of sweat. Just think about a really hot summer's day. You might be sitting in the park, having a picnic with your family, and not moving around much at all. Even so, you might notice your skin feeling a bit damp, or see little beads of sweat on your forehead. This is your body's cooling system, working to combat the heat from the sun and the warm air around you. It's trying to maintain that perfect internal temperature of around 37 degrees Celsius, or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Without this gentle, constant sweating, you would start to feel sluggish, unwell, and dangerously overheated. Even things like feeling nervous or scared can make you sweat. Have you ever had sweaty palms before giving a presentation at school? Or going on a roller coaster? This is caused by a different trigger, your body's fight or flight response. Your brain releases adrenaline, a hormone that prepares your body for action. and this can also activate your sweat glands. While it's not related to heat, it shows just how deeply connected sweating is to your body's core systems. It is a fundamental response that helps you in all sorts of situations, from physical exertion on the sports field to managing the temperature on a lazy hot afternoon. So we have learned that sweating is not dirty or gross. We've seen that it is a scientific marvel of cooling, a skin-protecting barrier, and a tiny helper in detoxification. We've seen it in action on the sports field and during a simple day in the sun. The final and most important message is this: we need to change how we think about sweat. Instead of being embarrassed by it, we should feel proud. Sweating is a sign that your body is healthy, strong, and working exactly as it should be. It's a quiet, constant reminder of the amazing, self-regulating machine you live in. When you finish a workout and you are tired, breathing hard, and covered in sweat, take a moment to appreciate what your body has just done. That sweat is visible proof of your effort. It's the physical evidence of your body successfully cooling itself down from the intense heat you generated. A body that sweats well is a body that is fit and well hydrated. People who are physically fit often start sweating sooner during exercise than people who are not. This is not a bad thing. It is a sign that their body has become more efficient at cooling itself down, ready for the challenge. So the next time you feel that familiar dampness on your skin, do not reach for a towel in shame. Instead, think of it as a health glow. It is the shine of a body that is functioning beautifully. Encourage your friends and family to see it this way too. When you see someone who is sweaty, you are seeing someone whose body is performing one of its most vital and brilliant jobs. It's something to be respected, not hidden away. Let's make being sweaty after playing hard or working out something cool and celebrated, a true sign of vitality and good health for everyone. Let's all make a pact to embrace the sweat. Let's run, play, dance, and enjoy the sunshine, knowing that our bodies have this incredible built-in superpower to keep us safe. Let's stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water so our sweat glands have the fuel they need to do their job. Appreciating the process of sweating is a wonderful way to connect with and be thankful for your body. It's not just water, it is a symbol of life, activity, and resilience. So go ahead, work up a sweat. Your body will thank you for it, and now you know just how amazing that simple act really is. Thanks for joining us for another healthful tip from Seeds for Healthy Living. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and watch the next video. Cheers!